Welcome to The Drive, your commute-sized podcast powered by the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce and ITA Group. In the time it takes to get across the metro, you'll gain fresh insights from Iowa's top leaders, CEOs, innovators, and changemakers who are shaping the future of business. I'm your host, Catherine Harrington, and each week we'll explore leadership, loyalty, and the big ideas that keep our region moving forward. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Drive. I'm so excited that you're here today with the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce and ITA Group. We have a very special guest today, West Des Moines Chamber President's Council, NCMIC, and David Siebert. So CEO, David, nice to be here with you today.
It's great to be here, Catherine. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited about today's conversation. This is going to be so much fun. Okay, so we're going to talk really big, global. Now, I know everybody in Des Moines knows NCMIC, but for those few viewers that maybe are not familiar, tell us about NCMIC and all the great work that you do.
Yeah, so founded, hard to believe, but almost 80 years ago, back in 1946. And we were founded really with one purpose, which was to help protect chiropractors in the event they had professional liability claims. And we did that really well for about 45 years and then began to expand into other things. Yeah. And today we're a much different organization. We still take really great care of chiropractors, which is our core business. But today we do a lot more. We work with other healthcare providers, think physicians, dentists, naturopaths, and we do that through our insurance products, which is more than just malpractice insurance. We actually have an insurance agency, so we can provide essentially any type of insurance you can imagine. And then we also have a finance company where we can provide all sorts of financial services, but we've even expanded beyond that. Today we work with a lot of typically smaller businesses here in central Iowa, provide them with support through our merchant processing, through our credit card, through business loans. So we've really kind of developed this close relationship with central Iowa and have really enjoyed that.
And so not just chiropractic, but all businesses that can take advantage. That's incredible.
You bet.
So you must have a really big sales force that goes out, makes those connections and those. Yeah. How many employees do you have?
So we have about 220 today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And you have grown over the years. I love that. That's so neat. And your legacy, Mike McCoy, former CEO, and you're so community driven. That's what we love about NCMIC. You take care of your own, but you also take care of the community. So I want to talk about that a little bit because you are such community champions. Yeah. Talk about that, what that means to you.
Yeah. So we, at our heart, we of course want to take care of our customers and our employees, but we also realize the importance of taking care of our community. So we've, I think, done a great job of really involving our entire staff in, looking to support causes that they're passionate about. And NCMIC always looks to show up well and take a lot of pride in that. And as I took on this new role, I filled Mike McCoy's shoes, who has been just this amazing ambassador for the community, but really made that promise that we were going to continue to show up and continue to support this community in every way that we can because it's our home. Yeah. I love this place and I want to see it continue to grow and prosper. Well,
it is amazing. You show up for the community as if you had thousands and thousands of employees. Do you know what I mean? And that's really special.
Yeah. And I would say that I think we show up in a much bigger way than our head count would suggest. And we've been recognized for that, of course. But we just have a very passionate group of employees. We've got a great leadership team, and just as important, our board of directors who they're from around the country. They see and understand the value in us continuing to support our community. They know it makes a difference. They know it matters. And I think it's a big reason why we've been able to attract really the best talent in central Iowa is employees want to be a part of an organization that gives back like we do.
Yeah. And we're going off the rails a little bit, not on my pre-scripted questions, but you are known as one of the best places to work in the region. How have you built that great culture? And your reputation just is incredible. So
yeah, I've heard people say that we're a company with heart, and as the CEO, that's of course music to my ears. Yeah. I would tell you that didn't happen overnight. I mean, this is again, we have almost 80 years, and this company I've been there for almost 30. Actually, I just celebrated my 30th anniversary.
Congratulations!
And this company has always looked to take care of not only our customers but our employees. And it's sometimes in little ways. We've made a number of small changes in recent years that where we support our staff. We really kind of evolved post-COVID. We now have kind of a modified hybrid work schedule where we're in the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, work from home days on Monday and Fridays.
Ooh, I love that.
Staff loves that.
Yeah.
We have days where you can bring in your dog. We have salad bar days. We do a lot of things kind of above and beyond to really let the staff know that they matter. We look to take care of them because at the end of the day, if you take care of your staff, they'll take care of your customers. You take care of your customers, they're going to give you grace. They're going to stick with you through even challenging times.
That's amazing. So I do have a question that a lot of people ask me because they think I know the answer and I don't know the answer. So I'm going to ask you right now on the podcast. So do you call it NCMIC or NCMIC or both, or does it matter? Do you have a preferred name?
So I call it both. However, I always say that our friends call us NCMIC.
Okay.
But I go back and forth between the two. I think NCMIC is a little more formal, but NCMIC I think is who we are at our heart, and the people that really know us tend to call us NCMIC.
Okay, good to know. Because I love it. I didn't know if there was a preferred way. So toggling between the two. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, all right. So you're an incredible leader, just went into this new leadership role. How would you describe your leadership philosophy?
Yeah, I'm all about, just doing the right thing by your staff. You take care of them. They're going to take care of your customers. I'm all about transparency. If you work with me, you probably have a pretty good sense of where you stand. I can be very direct at times, but I think that's valuable. And I think the team really appreciates that and look to give folks grace, trust, give them a safe space so they know that they can make mistakes at times, and that's okay. All about, at the end of the day, though, continuing to move forward and looking to move the company forward.
I love that. So what do you want your legacy to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think and I'm at that age now where I begin to think about my future after NCMIC, I just want to leave the company better than I found it. And again, I've been here a long time. I've seen this company grow and evolve through a number of really exceptional leaders, and they all left this mark. And if I can leave NCMIC, leave NCMIC, and feel like I made a difference, feel like I was the right leader at the right time, I'll take a lot of satisfaction in that. And I probably deep down hope that a lot of that has to do with continuing to take care of our customers and our employees, continuing to receive that recognition in the community that we make a difference, because that just means the world to me.
Well, and I love that because, I mean, you're taking care of chiropractors, which take care of their patients, which, in unique and valuable ways. And it's you're kind of echoing that whole, the whole cycle that you have, right? And your customers that serve humanity as well. So that's really neat. So kind of more globally, big picture thinking, what is one major trend you see shaping the insurance or financial industries in the future?
Yeah, no real shock here. AI, of course. I think really at its core, though, it's going to have to do with data and how companies are going to begin to leverage that detail they have on their customers. I think customers are, their needs, their wants are evolving, and they're expecting to be treated exactly how they want to be treated. And I think there's going to be some have and have-nots over the next 5 to 10 years of companies who evolve and really step up and adopt, all the benefits of AI and can meet those unique needs. And there's going to be those that don't, and they may not make it. So that's a real big focus for us right now, investing in technology. Okay. We've got an AI committee. We're working with a local provider to really explore how we might be able to leverage it further.
Nice.
And it's not going away. And it's important, I think, that we embrace it, and it's going to be a different world, and you have to adapt.
Do you have anything that you have a wish list for AI? If AI could solve for X in your industry, maybe what it would be? Yeah,
I mean, for me, I think at its core is I don't anticipate AI is going to eliminate roles we have in our organization, but it's going to allow people to focus on the things that matter. It's going to take away a lot of maybe just the busy work, it can handle that, and then allows you to do more of the deep work, which I think is a win-win for everyone involved.
Yeah, I love that. The busy work. Nobody likes to do that.
No one likes that.
I don't like to fill out forms. My team knows that.
Me neither, Catherine.
Oh my gosh, I'm not a form filler outer. So what are some ways you are keeping your team inspired and engaged? ITA Group, we do this podcast with ITA Group. They're all about customer engagement, employee engagement. So how do you keep your employees engaged? You mentioned some fun things, the dog days and the salad bar days, but what are some other things you do?
I'd say we're very intentional. We have an amazing HR team who
you do.
puts a lot of time and energy into, okay, how do we engage with staff? Because staff today, what people want in 2025 is much different than what people wanted back when I started. Back when I started, we had a softball team, a volleyball team, all these extracurricular things that we did.
Yeah.
And people aren't looking for that today. When they leave, they want to go home to their families, which we understand. So we try to make the best of our in-office days on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We had a carnival this summer where we celebrated essentially our mission, our vision, and our values, and invited families to come. It was a great time.
Nice.
We have lots of events around food, of course. We have food trucks come in, and we just make sure that those days in the office are meaningful. We want to encourage that collaboration and just make sure that folks see value in coming in. And interestingly, post-COVID, in the days after, we had some resistance from a lot of folks who just didn't want to come back in. And we had some folks leave over that. But to a person, the people I talk to today say they love that they get to come in, they get to have those relationships, collaborate with folks that they've known for years who are kind of their second family. And if you're working from home, it's hard to do that.
It really is. It's funny how it took that to realize, that person-to-person engagement is so critical. So do you have a favorite leadership book or podcast that inspires you?
Yeah, so I just finished a book. It was sent to me by a friend. It was called The Journey of Leadership, and it's a McKinsey book, and it's really kind of geared towards CEOs, and it gave me a lot to think about. So I'm a big reader. Love to read books, but I get so many of them. I do find myself flipping through looking for summaries, and if something catches my eye, I'll really dive into that. But this book in particular, it really dove into you are sometimes at intersections in your business life where you have to make decisions about, it could be a program or a product, and you may have to make a decision, do we move forward or do we go a different direction? And it really dove into that and gave me some things to think about. So I'm always looking to pick out a few nuggets, but this book really gave me a lot to think about. And I'm a big Simon Sinek fan, of course.
Yes, yeah.
Just reread Eat or Eat Last a few weeks ago and enjoyed that. Listened to a lot of podcasts, but if I'm being honest, a lot of it I just do for enjoyment. It's more a guilty pleasure than anything else. So,
how do you make time to read?
Yeah.
That's so hard for people nowadays.
It is. I get a lot of reading done when I travel. I used to find myself watching movies on planes, and I've just stopped doing that. I have a Kindle. If someone sends me a physical book, I'm going to download the e-reader version of it. I'll read it on the plane, try to read before I go to bed, just try to avoid TV as much as I can.
Yeah, love that. That's incredible. What is one word your team would use to describe your leadership style?
Yeah, so you warned me this question was coming, so I gave it some thought, and I think they would say I'm authentic. I'm someone that I think people that have known me for 30 years would tell you I'm largely the same person today that I was then. Still the same guy, still laugh at the same dumb jokes, and very approachable. And I think that that's something that appeals to most people. They know that they're going to get the real me when they come to me, and I haven't changed. And I've built relationships over all those years with folks, and it's as if some days when I talk to folks who I used to work with, I feel like we're still in those same roles because we're still having the same conversations, still laughing about the same things. So that's something I think that people tend to like about me, is I'm still the same guy.
I love that. That's incredible. I love that so much. So what is your biggest leadership oops moment, and what maybe had you learned from it?
Yeah,
or a pivotal point in time.
Yeah, and I think that a couple things. I'd say, first of all, one of the things I learned from Mike McCoy, he was a great he was great at asking questions, and would just listen and learn. And what I learned from him was it's okay to not have the answers to everything. Just in my role, it's sometimes you feel like you should know, but there are experts. Hear what they have to say, then form your opinion. The other thing that I would say is that the power of admitting I was wrong. And that's something that I tended in the past, I think, to really resist that until maybe 5 or so years ago.
Yeah.
And just admitting sometimes, hey, I made a mistake. I wish I hadn't done that. Here's what I learned. That is something that the team appreciates. It also gives them permission to own up to their own mistakes, which I think is important because we all make mistakes.
We're all human.
And we learn from them and we get better.
Yeah, I love that so much. That is great. Really like that a lot. That's fabulous. Okay, these are some of our regular segments on the drive. So this is called Commute Confessions. What is one unexpected habit that fuels your success? Well, you mentioned book reading.
Yeah.
But what else?
Yeah, I'd say that, so I'm a runner, not competitive at all, a very slow runner, but I like to do long runs.
Wow.
And when I run, that is when I recharge and I'm disconnected, and I think some of my best thinking while I'm running. I'll work through challenges. If I'm thinking about making a move with my team, I'll go out on a run and I'll just start working through it in my mind. Helps pass the time, and I'm so focused on it. I think I get more things done. If I'm at home sitting there trying to do it, I have my phone, which is a distraction. I've got my dog wanting to go out back and play, but when I'm running, I'm just completely free and clear, and I can focus on things.
Do you listen to anything while you're running, or do you just totally go clear so you can think about something?
I always have music going.
You always have music.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to try to listen to podcasts, but I wouldn't remember any of them because my mind was racing. So now I have music in the background, but I just kind of work through things. And if I'm going to do a presentation, I'll work through what that's going to be at that time. And it's just something that I found to be very helpful.
And do you have a particular day of time that you run, like morning, afternoon? Is it mixed? Is it
whenever I can find time?
Whenever you can find time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to run about 3 times a week usually, and I'm definitely a cool weather runner, so I'm just starting to get back into it now. So.
And how far do you run? I have so many questions.
I mean, I've done half marathons.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and but that's my max right now. So I would love to run more, but I'm not sure I have the mental strength to go much further than that.
I always bring my running clothes to work with great intentions that, I've got this 1 hour break, but of course it never happens.
It's tough.
It's tough to, it is. It's tough. All right, fast forward. Your 30-second prediction of what will the Central Iowa region look like maybe 10 years from now? What's your could be about anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's this fear that we're going to lose some of the young talent here, but I think Des Moines is up to the task to retain those folks. We've got, and just at NCMIC, I will tell you, we have this amazing group of future leaders that's coming up. They're so bright, full of ideas. I think they came through the pandemic, battle-tested, ready to go, and I think that 10 years from now, we're going to have a whole new crop of leaders in the community, and I think the future is very bright. I'm excited, and I think that Des Moines is this hidden gem. It's such an amazing place to raise a family, to live, and I think that that will continue to catch on with folks, and I think more folks are going to stay than are going to leave.
Well, they have leaders like you to look up to, and you're modeling for them, right, for that next generation.
Well, thank you for that.
That's amazing. All right, so tell us about your first car. We're on the drive. What's your first car? Any fun memories or stories?
Yeah, so my own first car, it was a Ford. It was called an Escort EXP. It was a two-door coupe. It was small. It was mustard yellow.
Yellow.
And my story around that was we were going to the state fair in Kansas. My family was. I was 16. My parents were thinking about getting me a car. We saw this yellow car, which only I could love because it was pretty hideous. And we pulled in, drove it, liked it. And my dad, I'd never been a part of a car negotiation before, but my dad told the sales guy, you get this done in 15 minutes and we'll buy it. And so the guy is literally sweating. He's scrambling. But he got it done. They gave me the keys, and I had my first car. And,
In 15 minutes?
Yeah, and I loved that car. So it was a great car.
Oh, my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was nothing fancy about it. And again, it was mustard yellow, but it stood out, and it was a great first car.
Yeah, now you buy a car, it takes like 15 hours to get out of the dealership.
Yes, it feels like it. But if you're motivated, it's amazing what you can get done in 15 minutes.
Your dad's like, we have a timeline. That's incredible.
For sure.
I love that. All right. We have our West YP group is the largest young professional group in the state of Iowa. So this question is targeted to them. And in closing, what is one piece of advice you'd give to emerging leaders who are stepping into big roles or filling big shoes for the very first time?
Yeah. For me, this is easy. Ask for help. Seek out friends, mentors. You don't have to have all the answers. You shouldn't have all the answers. Lean on others. People want to help you. And prepare yourself. You're going to make some mistakes along the way. You'll learn more from your mistakes than you probably will your successes, and that's okay. But certainly don't go it alone.
I love it. Well, David Siebert, CEO of NCMIC, thank you so much for this time, and thank you for all you do for the community, for the West Des Moines Chamber, a proud President's Council member. And I'm so excited to get to know you more over the coming years.
So I appreciate it.
So thank you all so much for joining us on this episode of The Drive, and stay tuned for more episodes next week. So take care. Love you all. Bye. The Drive, fast, fresh, and full of ideas for the leaders of today and tomorrow.